What is going on, everyone? It's Brody back in to answer another tennis question. And today's tennis topic is going to be about polyester strings, the do's, the don'ts, and what exactly they are. So a polyester string you've probably heard of before, either by your friend, your coach, or someone around in the tennis community, because these things are everywhere. You got multiple different companies making tons and tons of different variations of them, as well as you see them and hear about them all the time on the pro level, the club level, and anywhere else you're playing. The main thing about polyesters is that you have to know they are designed to be very control oriented and very spin oriented. If you're playing with a polyester string, those are usually what you are looking to maximize in your game, and that's where those strings come in. They are not very powerful. They are not very easy on the arm because they are designed to be more durable, more controlling, and more spin friendly. Now, the way the polyesters do that, and the reason that there's so many in the market, is because of the different shapes, the different styles, and all of that. So you have round polyesters, which are typically better for more control-oriented play rather than spin. They don't move as much, they don't break string as often because they're not as sharp. The more sharp a string is, the more spin it can put onto the ball, but the more it rubs onto the strings in the racket, which can eventually cause them to break. Now, what I mean by sharp is that a lot of tennis strings will come in different shapes. So like I said earlier, the first one was round. Then you also have polyester strings that are triangles. You have some that are squares, diamonds. You have some that are pentagons. You have some that are stars, octagons. It's everywhere. Shapes are everywhere with polyesters, and the more sides that you have, typically the more spin that you're going to be able to generate on the ball. So if you see players like Rafa Nadal on the tour when he's playing, and hopefully he comes back at the time of this video before he has to end his career, then he uses a string known as RPM Blast. That is an 8-sided string. So that string is helping to increase the spin that Rafa Nadal is putting onto that ball, whether it be his forehand, his backhand, or any other shot that he hits. The string is helping boost that to the already advantage that he has, not only being left-handed, as well as using the pure arrow from Babolat. That combination of that racket, that string, and being left-handed from Nadal, that makes for an ultimate spin monster that we have come to know and love, as is Rafa Nadal. Now, if you're looking for that more control-oriented feel, like I mentioned earlier, that's going to be just the plain circular string. These ones I like to go with for people that want the control. They want a little bit of help with spin, but they also want the string to be a little bit easier on your arm. If you remember earlier, I mentioned that the polyester strings are not the greatest for arm health because of how stiff that they are. There's usually a lot of vibration that comes back to your arm when you hit the ball. So if you hit with your forehand, this one is mine, then you hit the ball hits the strings, the vibration can come back and just go back into your arm, especially with polyesters because they are not very soft. The round polyesters, those do tend to help because they don't have as many edges, so there's not as much harshness that comes back to the player. That's where a lot of people, if they've had arm issues like tennis elbow or some shoulder surgeries, even shoulder pain, firstly, that you want to make sure that your shoulder is well enough to be able to use a polyester or even think about using one. But the second part to it is we want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So then we can use and look at a round polyester, maybe use it in a hybrid setup, or just use it as the full bed so that we can make sure that doesn't happen again. The shape strings, those ones are typically going to be used a lot more if you just want that spin. You do get good control. You can also use your spin to help control the ball, especially if you hit a lot of topspin, you can hit very deep into the court and bring it down with your topspin to make your opponent get off balance, or just put yourself into a very advantageous spot on the court. So with polyester strings, you need to know kind of what game you are looking to play with these. There's a bunch of different variations. There's a bunch of different ways that you can test them. And that's one of the things about tennis is there's no one right answer for you. You get to choose whether you like the shaped strings, whether you like the round strings, whether you like a hybrid. It's up to you. So it's all on you to go test it. All I can do is I can tell you what they're really looking to do, what they're designed to do, and how it may help you. But with that being said, I hope you get out onto the court soon. It's just a great time, and you can also test it to see what's going on, see what you like, and see what string you may want to move to next, or just try next. Because for me personally, it's also fun to try strings. For others, not so much because they want one and done, but I like it, so go for it. It's up to you. Now, with that being said, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like on it and comment down below any more questions that you may have about polyester strings. It's my job to get the information from the people who have it to the people who need it, and that's what I'm doing with this YouTube channel. I saw a lot of tennis misinformation in the tennis community, and so this channel is here to help make sure that we can get rid of that. So if you enjoyed the video, like I said, leave a like on it, comment down below, subscribe to the channel so that we can grow this channel and get the message out there, as well as share this video with a friend if they're looking to get more into polyesters or they haven't started one, but you think they may want to try one, and this may be able to help them. And as always, take care.